What's up guys, today I want to share with you my entire skateboarding progression. Hopefully this video gives you a realistic idea on how long it actually takes to start getting good at skateboarding, or at least how long it took me, but my progression will probably look a lot different from yours. You might progress faster, you might progress slower, it really depends on a lot of things, but hopefully this will give you a general idea. Alright, I got my very first skateboard when I was about 10 or 11 years old, and that is kind of when I learned how to ride, I learned how to ollie, I learned how to do all the basic tricks, even kick flips and varial flips, and that was kind of like my start, my intro to skateboarding. That was like my first 3 years, but for whatever reason, I decided to stop. I decided skateboarding wasn't my thing anymore. I didn't want to skateboard, and I didn't skate for like years and years, until about like 4 years ago. That's when I got back into skateboarding. So this progression is going to be from when I got back into skateboarding all the way up until now, current day. I think the best way to break this down is to go by year. So we're going to start here in January of 2020, and this was an era of where I was relearning how to do all the tricks that I used to know how to do when I was a kid, when I first started skateboarding. So at this point, I could still ride the board, I could still kind of ollie, I could still kind of kickflip and varial flip, but everything was like really sloppy. Like it definitely wasn't the way that I wanted it to be, but I trusted, I believed that I could get really good if I just practiced. I think my main goal for this time was just to try to get tray flips consistently, be able to like nail tray flips every single time, and that was just my huge main goal. So at this point I could not tray flip yet, but I did think I learned tray flips at least within my first 6 months of practicing. I think I nailed it in about April or May of 2020, which was pretty crazy for me. I mean, that was like my very first decently clean tray flip ever, but still, for me to learn tray flips took a long time. But throughout the year I progressed, my kick flips got better, my basics got a little better, and just overall my comfortability on my board just started to feel more natural. I think by the end of the year I was doing backside flips, I was trying to learn like harder tricks like fakie trays I think I learned, and it just slowly progressed. Of course, none of my tricks were like clean how I wanted them to be today, but at least I was sticking the board and I was actually landing my tricks. So that year was a pretty huge accomplishment for just being able to go from like not really landing my tricks all the way up to like now I can fakie tray and do all these tricks that I used to know how to do when I was a kid and more. So it was an accomplishment, yes. Now we're going to jump into 2021, and this was when I started to get a little popular on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and where I would make tricks like easy skate tricks for beginner skaters and a bunch of tricks that would just help you get comfortable on your board. But I also remember during this time, my main goal was to really focus on my basics and dial them in, get them really clean and consistent, like my ollies, front 180s, back 180s, and just to make tutorial videos for you guys. I think it was a lot of fun for me to just like work on one trick and then just to film clips of that and then put together a little tutorial for you guys. So it helped me get better at the trick and help you guys learn the trick if you didn't know how to do it yet. And that was kind of what I did most of the 2021. I worked on a lot of flat ground stuff, but by the end of the year I think I was starting to feel really comfortable with my flat ground, with all my basic tricks, that I started to want to level it up, start going to the skate park. So I started learning like 50s on a ledge, and I also started learning like front boards and back boards and just taking it to the next level slowly. So that was 2021. Now we're going to get into 2022, and this is when my flat ground tricks started to feel really nice. They started to feel clean and consistent, nice pop, nice height. Even tricks like my tray flips started to feel really clean, and like they started to feel more consistent. Like it wasn't such a battle for me to hit tray flips anymore. I can land them within a couple tries and then really work for one that I really wanted. So this was an era where things just started to come together. This is how I wanted to feel when I first got back into skateboarding. It took like 2 years of training and practice, and this is just when I started to feel pretty comfortable. I remember at this point I also started to go to the skate park a little more, not like a lot more, but a little more, and I started to challenge myself by ollieing gaps, trying to do like ollies down stair sets and stuff, and just trying to push myself to the next level. But it wasn't really enough to like start making tutorials on it, so I think I still kept sticking to just making tutorials on like basic tricks and stuff, kind of doing things that I knew that I can hit on camera and then trying to deliver that out for you. But I think I did do a few easy tricks for like obstacles that I could hit and that I could deliver a skate tutorial for you guys. So this was an era where everything just started to come together, like how I wanted it to feel when I first got back into skateboarding. And I don't know, it just felt clean and consistent at this point in my time. 2023 was a little different because I had made a huge change to my skate setup, and that was I started skating with the Quick Trucks click system, and basically it's like this thing where you can swap out your trucks for a different set of wheels and just have two setups on the go. And it was a really cool idea, but the thing was that it completely threw off all my skating. Like, I had just started getting my tricks clean and consistent and feeling the way that I wanted them to, and then all of a sudden when I put these on, it just felt like I had to relearn all my tricks again, or like things just didn't feel right. I feel like the board was a little higher. I also felt like the board was a little more chunkier and heavier, and just those subtle things kind of really threw off my entire skateboarding. So I think I spent like maybe like 4 or 5 months skating in them, and then after a while I decided that it just wasn't for me. Like, once I switched back to my normal trucks without the Quick Trucks click system, all my tricks felt back to normal again. Like, it felt like I had picked up right where I left off from when I was progressing. So it wasn't that Quick Trucks click system was a bad product, it just, I don't think that it was for me. But towards the end of 2023 is when I started to get my tricks back, and I also started to learn more harder tricks again. I started to feel like I was progressing again. I think I picked up hard flip around this time. I remember tricks like backside big spins and backside flips started to get a little easier, and I remember just feeling comfortable and like I was progressing again compared to like the beginning of the year where things just felt completely off. So I felt like I missed half a year of progress with 2023, that I could have progressed more if I had never skated the Quick Truck click system, unfortunately. But I did land some tricks that I was really proud of. Like hard flip was a huge accomplishment for me, and I think just being more comfortable with my difficult tricks like tray flips and all stuff like that just started to feel a lot more comfortable for me. So overall, I think I still progressed a lot. Now we're here in 2024, and this is my era where I'm starting to go to the skate park a lot more. I'm starting to try to push myself to go faster and trying to send myself down bigger drops and bigger stair sets. I also noticed that I'm starting to get pretty nice with the flat bar and the flat ledge, starting to feel really comfortable on those obstacles, and a lot of my harder tricks now are also starting to feel pretty comfortable as well. Like tray flips and hard flips are starting to feel really nice, and this has been my progression. You know, it took like the 4 years of practice before this to get up to this point, but now everything is starting to come together. Everything is starting to feel like I'm actually getting pretty nice with this skateboard, but it took a lot of work to get here, and I'm just getting started. The year is not over yet. There's a lot of goals that I want to accomplish this year, and hopefully I'll make a lot of progression throughout the rest of 2024. But hopefully this video lets you see how small the steps actually are. Like, you probably won't make a huge amount of progression in a whole year, but if you break it down into pieces and really dedicate yourself to just focus on things every year, I really think that you can progress and make a lot of progress throughout the year. So hopefully this video inspires you. Hopefully this video motivates you to just keep going with skateboarding and just to not give up with it, because if there's one thing that'll help you get better, it's just not giving up and just to keep trying. And if it doesn't work out today, then you can try again tomorrow, and that's all you need to do, you know what I mean? Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that this video inspires you. I'm trying to get more comfortable doing long form videos. I'm trying to do like vlog style content as well. I've been burnt out on making so many short style videos, and I've just been making TikToks forever. So I kind of want to level it up. I kind of want to change things up, try to make things that have a little more impact. I feel like longer form videos just help me connect with the viewer a little more. So that's kind of like my goal this year, not just to keep making shorts, not just to get better at skateboarding, but to make longer form videos and just to have fun connecting with you guys through the camera and through YouTube and stuff. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to drop me a like if you guys had any value from this, or if I inspired you in any way, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Till next time, peace out.
Yo! I gotta wash it back.